So today I got an email from Goldman Sachs concerning their savings product called Marcus. It's an online savings product. And I was literally shocked when I read this email, and we'll get into why I was shocked in a minute. But look, we've talked about savings on this platform a lot. We've talked about it in relation to what we've been calling the emergency fund. We're going to change up that language. Words matter. Words have definite meaning. And when you put stuff out there, it shapes your reality. So we're not calling that a savings, an emergency fund, rather. We're not going to call it that anymore. We're calling it an opportunity fund, because opportunity is also what this tranche or this basket of money can address for you. And so we want to make it as positive as possible, because this is something that's going to benefit you in multiple ways. So let's say that there's a challenging situation that arises and you need to address that situation. It was unforeseen. Fine, you can do that. You can do that comfortably. That's the purpose of the opportunity fund. But the other half of it is you can also take advantage of opportunities that come up. So say there's a chance for you to involve yourself in an investment that you have researched thoroughly, and you need some money to make that happen. Well, your opportunity fund can assist you with that. So in any event, recently, and you may have gotten this email, Goldman Sachs sent out this email that it perfectly illustrates why you should be very strategic when considering how to set up the opportunity fund. And frankly, I can't believe they framed the email the way they did, because it's usually very rare for a wealthy organization to be totally upfront with the 99%. But as you're going to see, what they illustrated in this email, it's from the horse's mouth. They are basically, you got to read between the lines just a bit, but this thing is abundantly clear. We're going to get into it. But let me ask you a question first. Do you know why banks give out lollipops at the counter? Because you are what you eat. Now you got to ask yourself, are you a sucker? Remember, banks pay pennies to hold your money. They pay you pennies. And they're not doing you any favor when they do this. They say, come over here, put your money in here, we'll keep it safe, and we'll give you a little money for it. But then they turn right around and use your money and lend it out at a higher interest rate to those seeking mortgages, car loans, personal loans, business loans. And they make billions in the process. And I'm not mad about that, because we can do what the banks do. We can locate higher return opportunities and invest our money just like the banks. Speaking of investment opportunities, we're always on the lookout for smart professionals as we grow our financial services footprint across the US and Canada. If you have a passion for all things personal finance and a desire to help people understand how to make their money work for them, we want to hear from you. We'd like to show you how you can start your financial services business by partnering with some of the most reputable names in the industry, including Nationwide, Aegon, Pacific Life, and many others. If you've ever considered investing in yourself by starting your own business, I want you to know that the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Contact us using the email address in the link below. Let's talk about the future. The fact that Goldman sent this email proves that there are still millions of people who believe in a bank savings account. Now, sure, that savings account is liquid, and that's great. That meets one of our criteria, but your money, it might as well be asleep for all the work it's doing. The return is the issue here, or I should say the lack thereof. Remember, if you want to achieve financial freedom, you can't simply work for money. You have to get your money working hard for you. And it's not working hard in a savings account. But a savings account has its place. Just hang with me for a second. The average interest rate you get off of a savings account at a brick and mortar bank today is 0.09%. That's according to Bankrate. Now, if you're thinking, okay, well, forget about a savings account. I'll put my money with the bank, but I'll put it in a certificate of deposit, or CD. Okay, so With that, now you're locking your money in for a period of time and you're still not getting the greatest return. So you've eliminated the liquidity in exchange for, still not even a 0.5% return on your money. So I took a look at bank rate and they said that right now the average 1-year CD will get you 0.22%, 0.22% for locking your money away with the bank for 1 year. It's better than 0.09%, but come on. Locking your money away with the bank in a 5-year CD will get you 0.37%. So what does that look like? Okay, if you put away $5,000 into a CD at 0.37% for 5 years, at the end of that 5 years, your CD, your money is going to return. It's going to provide a return of $90. So at the end of that 5-year period, you've got $5,090. Your money didn't work hard at all, and you eliminated the liquidity because you locked it in to a CD for a period of time. So let's be clear, you should have some money saved in an online savings account. And I say an online savings account because you're going to get a little bit better interest rate because they typically are going to be able to offer that because they have fewer expenses. They don't have the brick and mortar establishment and all the expenses that come with that. But remember, we said we need to be strategic about this. So the amount that you have in your opportunity fund should not constitute your entire opportunity fund. And the opportunity fund is a reserve stash of money that's designed to do 3 things: provide funding for opportunities such as investments or experiences that may come up, provide funding for immediate circumstances, like say you got 4 flat tires on your car, your hot water heater, something like that happened. Okay, so that's it's addressing the immediate stuff. And then your opportunity fund is also providing long-term funding, a long-term cushion for extended unforeseen circumstances like layoffs. You should typically have 6 months of expenses available to you in the opportunity fund. Now, again, just keep thinking strategic with this. We're gonna delve into this a little bit more. There are vehicles you can pour this money into that are going to generate solid returns. Vehicles like a properly structured permanent cash value life insurance policy, for example. You're going to want that episodic amount of money, that money that's going to address immediate, maybe, a few intermediate needs. You're going to want that source to come out of a savings account because in that instance, you're simply trading the convenience of being able to put your hands on the money immediately for the lower return. Now, even with a cash value life insurance policy, you can get the money immediately, but you don't necessarily want to do that because it's working harder for you. So you don't want to take that money out of play for immediate needs. That's why you need to have some money constituting the opportunity fund in a savings account. Now, these sources are basically what Goldman Sachs was referencing in the email they sent me. Let's take a look at that email. Now, of course, after all of the greetings and salutations, they get to the heart of the matter. Are you ready to get started? And by get started, of course, they mean with their online savings account. If you were to keep $5,000 in your online savings account, you could earn $25 in interest at the end of 12 months, compared to just $4 if you deposited the same amount in a savings account earning the national average. So look, they're coming out and basically telling you, they even put it in bold, you're not going to get a healthy return out of this money, putting it over here into this savings account, because they know good and well that no one with 6 functioning brain cells will see this math and think that it is something to write home about or something to just run right over and log into a Goldman Sachs Markets account and set it up. Now, again, it does have its merits. We've talked about that, but look at the return. This is the bank clearly telling you what you're going to get. And it ain't much. $25? That is a semi lavish trip to Dunkin' Donuts. So your money generated just over $2 a month. It didn't work hard for you at all over the course of that year that you would have invested, and you saw what Goldman had to say about it. So it was from the horse's mouth. Don't believe me, believe the bank that wants your money. This is why I'd recommend no more than 15% of your opportunity fund be held in a savings account. Now, these online savings platforms have generally they've gotten better over the years in terms of being able to prosecute transactions quickly. Now, some of them may have up to 48 hours in lag time where you transfer the money to a checking account or savings account that you control. Check on that. If you're interested in uh, getting an online savings account, just check and make sure that the money can be made available to you rather immediately. And if it can't, you don't need to sacrifice the concept. You can just split that 15% and put 7.5% of it or less into the actual brick and mortar savings account where you've got an ATM card and can access funds fee free from the bank's ATM. Generally, that 15% generally should be sufficient to prevent you from having to use credit to cover immediate contingency expenses. This is a general piece of guidance. And of course, you'll have to examine your situation and make a determination based on how you roll. Now, let's say you're presented with an opportunity. Okay. This is not an emergency, but it's an opportunity. This is money that should not need to be accessed immediately. So it should not be held in a savings account. In fact, if anyone says they need you to immediately come up with money for an investment, you should probably be very skeptical. So funds allocated for the purpose of opportunity or for longer term contingencies like paying the rent if you were laid off, these need to be held in a vehicle that provides liquidity, yet also generates a return and does not a greater return and does not penalize you with taxes if you need to access it. So that rules out 401k or traditional IRA. In fact, cash value permanent life insurance policies are perfect for this purpose. If you want to learn more about how to properly structure an opportunity fund, contact us using the email link in the description below. This has been Tyrone Keys. Remember, you can unlock prosperity with me, Keys.